Good morning. It is Friday, the 20th of March. I am in my Yarnivore jumper. I have a suitcase and a holdall and a backpack, mainly because I'm bringing stuff for people. You are on a selfie stick. I have all my camera equipment, vlogging equipment there. It must be EAYF weekend. So it's currently, I actually have no idea. Where's my phone? That's one thing I don't have is my phone. I'll find it. It is currently, I've got a watch on. That would help. It is currently 10:20. I am going to load up the car. I am going to go to Craft Club. I'm going to take my cross stitch, which I'm not bringing with me to the weekend. My hair is back because travel. I'm getting the train rather than driving, which, to be honest, I was up at 4:15 this morning, so I definitely shouldn't be driving. So Craft Club, train station, off to Norwich. You're on the wobbly tripod and I'm just holding the mic. I am here, I am checked in, Flick is not here yet. For those who've not been here before for East Anglia Yarn Festivals or most yarn festivals, I usually share a space with the lovely Flick, who, when I am teaching, is usually like my helper. She's booth buddy to quite a lot of people here. She's just generally the sidekick and does it very well. So yeah, I did a bit of vlogging on the train, but I got really overwhelmed on the journey here. However, projects I brought with me, I'll tell you, sorry, squeaky chair. Projects I've brought with me for this weekend, I have brought 2 plus something to make with. In my redesigned project bag, which I won from Stephen and Penelope last year, so I am going to go over and say thank you to them tomorrow, is my tessellated cardigan, which is a Tunisian crochet entrelac cardigan project that is made out of an advent. I have one cake left, which I think has about 5 colours left in the advent, so I'm not that far off from finishing it, which is great. But yeah, so that's in there. That is going to be my shown project. Then, squeaky chair. In this one, which is a little grey girl bag, in fact the other two are little grey girl bags, is a sock tube. Holding the mic was not a sensible plan, which is kind of all higgledy-piggledy, but it's a sock tube that's actually left over from a pair of socks that I made for Chris. Chris has size 13 feet, so the fact that there is enough here to make me even a shorty pair of socks is wonderful. And the needles have gone flying. In the taxi over here, which we got stuck in traffic, I managed to Kitchener. So literally that is today's work. Is one toe. I have followed a recipe that the lovely Faye from Brew from the Bothy gave me years ago. I think like 2018, which is a far more shallow decrease. So you do a lot more straight rows and then the odd decrease. So you do like 5 straight rows and then a decrease, and then 3 straight rows and then a decrease, and then 2, and then a decrease, and then 1, and then 3 decreases, and then 1, and then 3 decreases. But it gives you a much kind of shallower sock, which means that I've got wide feet. This is quite good. Anyway, so I don't know if you can see in the DPN holder, I have picked up stitches to separate the two halves of the sock tube. So I think I'm going to do that before I go to the pub for dinner. There's a pub next door. We are celebrating one of the other sidekicks' birthdays today. The lovely Rob, who is Ali's other half. Ali is Ali Woolley on Instagram, part of my kind of wider crafting group, and also is my booth buddy normally for Carry On Crafting. That's her husband. He has a very big birthday this year, so we are celebrating him with a large group of us going to the pub next door for pub grub and drinks in about 35 minutes, which is awesome. The other thing I brought, hang on, oh god, you'd think I'd actually have prepped in another little grey girl bag, is something that came in the post to me this week, which is, and it's got its protective cover on it, but it is a square pin loom from Patches Pin Looms on Etsy. It is a 4-inch pin loom. It's got its little protective cover on it, so this is actually the back. And I brought with me all the leftover bits from my advent with my crochet buddies last year, which these bits have all gone into my Radiating Squares Tunisian blanket, and I'm going to hold them double, and basically as one runs out I'll just like weave the next bit in. We'll see if it works, but then it can make some really scrappy squares and can start off another scrappy blanket, maybe. We'll see. But I've woven some. I'll pop a photo in here at home, which will go in also my next update. We don't call them podcasts anymore, we call them updates. Yes, so if I get a chance I'll do some weaving. Basically this is for if I finish the sock, which is not actually in this bag, it's on the table. Yes, so I'm in. Flick is still setting up with the people she's helping. I've just seen Helen from Giddy Yarns and Laura, who I don't know what her Instagram handle is, outside when the taxi dropped me off, because they are going to the Stitch Night, which is being hosted by Ellie of Craft House Magic. Because it was Rob's birthday, I decided that I was like, no, we're going to the pub, because he's driven you all the way here on his birthday. Because he's a good egg. Yes, so I've just seen them outside, gave them hugs, which was lovely. And that is going to be the weekend, I think, is going to be a lot of crafting, some shopping, some talking to people, and some hugs. And I'm really looking forward to it. We might have some vlog footage of later, but no promises. Morning. I have wet hair. I am just, Flick's already gone, we've had breakfast. I'm getting ready for the day, so I need to put my jumper on, hang on. I'm about to walk over. I love these, this is the back. Labels that I've put in both my love notes. I'm wearing the blue one today. I have my Maliqua crochet with Swarovski beads blue earrings in. Oh, love it. I am only walking over in this because it's sunny, but it is chilly. I don't actually know. My phone's in my back pocket. Let's see how cold it is. It is 7 degrees. So I might take my cowl as well. Double. This is my advent cowl that I finished. I will be talking about it more on the update for March. Because I finished it, yay. I am not going to take this camera with me today. I am just taking the little action cam, which means some of the footage will be quite wide angle today because that's what my little vlogging POV, but it means that, I don't think I've talked about my camera equipment. So I have, for my vlogging, I have my kind of talking head, and then I have my Insta360 Go Ultra, which I treated myself to, so I can do kind of on the go point of view. It has this little dongle lanyard thing. This goes underneath my jumper, and it will go just underneath. Oh, you can't see that now. Just go underneath the lace. And then I got a tip from another YouTuber that you put this is from the oh god, there's magnets everywhere. This one is from the it's a kit called the Toddler Titan, which you get a micro lens and then this, and you can put it onto their like caps and you do it like that. So cap brim, and then you can do like a little like focus on a kid's face. But because there's a magnet on here as well as the clip, I'm going to, no, wrong way around, magnetize this, hang on, to the outside, so that I can angle it up and down as I need to. This little thing is so cool, I love it. I might do a video on kind of my vlogging setup, or maybe do a blog post on my vlogging setup, because I'm really pleased with it. It comes with all sorts of accessories. Like in here is a little suction mount, so I can pop it anywhere and do like POV. My train crafting was literally, it was suctioned onto the window so that you could see crafting. And then I have a tripod, which you're currently on at the moment, but I will switch out the dongle. So yeah, so we're just going to take the little camera today. Today, because like all our stuff can stay in the hotel, I'm not taking a lot. The project I'm taking is the socks I was working on yesterday, rather than my big project, my tessellated cardi. I'll take that tomorrow, and then go over to Stephen and Penelope and say thank you tomorrow when it's less busy, because today is going to be nuts. Saturday of most shows, or rather day one of most shows are nuts anyway. So anyway, I thought I'd check in and say hello, good morning. I'm going to walk over. I've got to finish packing my bag. Perfect, right. Podcaster meetup time. If you can hear me, it's very loud. Right. We're going to go round again. What? It's a what? Hello. I am back in the room. I didn't vlog a lot today because I got in and then realised that I was going to hug everyone. Sorry. Futzing about with hair. I've managed to do another toe. I have now picked up a set of, that's not good, is it? I've now picked up a set of Giddy Yarn's 12 Days of Christmas in 10 gram, hang on, which I've balled up the first mini. So a number of years ago, I designed the crochet pattern that went into Helen's 12 Days box, called the Giddy Quinn Cowl, and every year she changes up her 12 days, and last year someone made the sample for her, and this year she hasn't had the samples made yet, and I offered to make another Giddy Quinn because I haven't made that pattern of mine in a while. So I have borrowed a hook, and I've started doing the foundation row. Shall I? No, later when, because Flick's gone to dinner with other people. I'm about to go to dinner now, but I think maybe when we're both back later we'll do a show and tell of what I bought and what also was in the, maybe not, actually no, I'll do a show and tell tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday when I'm back. But yes, so now I have 2 sock tubes with toes. I have found where I want to put the afterthought heel in for the one of them, so I will stick needles in at some point, but for now I'm going to get started on this. Good lord, it would help if I wasn't holding in my arm. For now I'm going to get started on this crochet Giddy Quinn, and then we're about to go out for dinner. It's getting chilly, so I'm glad we're going in the car. But this has weathered very well today. I'm very happy with it. So really comfortable. I got very hot earlier, but I did cool down, so it was okay. But yes, dinner time. Good morning. We're hoping the microphone works. It is Sunday. I have tea, a very large tea, that I got for free on my Starbucks stars. Win. It is currently, I have no idea, hang on, 20 past 9. I'm holding you with my watch hand. It's 20 past 9 on a Sunday morning. The show opens, day 2 of the show opens at 10 o'clock. I came in with Flick. You haven't actually seen Flick this weekend because we've been kind of like ships in the night. Literally, we've just been sleeping in the same room. Yeah, so you'll get to see her later because I will be taking, today's job is to basically vlog the stands. I have both the cameras, so this is my point and shoot. Because I've got all my stuff in Flick's car, she drove over so she can do some shopping before she has to work. What way am I going? I'm going this way. I've got an hour to kill. So I have my tea. It's very nice tea, although the person at Starbucks didn't listen when I said, can I have the milk separate? But yeah, my hour is getting the steps in so that I have some hope in hell of getting somewhere close to 100 miles in March. If anyone does want to sponsor me for my 100 miles in March, I'm almost at my target. But I'll put the link down below. I am at currently, I think 60 miles, so I've got to do 40 miles in the next, what's today, the 22nd, so 9 days. I'm not sure I'll do it, but we can but try. I might just have to go to the gym an extra day and be on the Peloton or go for a ride, I don't know, we'll work it out. But anyway, so yes, I am currently doing a little bit of a lap of the showground, just to waste some time and get my steps in, and then I'll go over and start queuing in about 20 minutes, I think. And then today I did most of my shopping yesterday, I will show you everything when I get home tomorrow. Well, I'm getting home tonight, but it'll be too late to do a show and tell, and I want good light to show you all the things. So yeah, tomorrow I will do a show and tell before signing off this vlog, so you can see some of the lovely makers that I bought from. There's some great vendors here this year, some new to me vendors, which has been really great. And yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk. We'll put some footage of the arena, the showground, and then I'll be in the queue. So as you walk into the venue, you see the East Anglia Yarn Festival merch stand, which also includes Folk, which is a true East Anglian yarn produced by Laura, who is the show director. Here's me using my micro lens to try and do some arty shots, and carrying on that theme with the samples on the Little Grey Girls stand. Gem is incredibly good at getting a whole variety of pattern samples to show off how awesome her yarn is. I particularly love this mustard and grey combo. Oh no, look, that is my pattern. That is the Gems in the Moss cowl alongside the studs shawl, which is designed by Therese. So there is a knitting and a crochet pattern. Gem also is stocking some new yarn soap. It's actually called Yarn Food. It also has a blocking spray, which I am intrigued by. I got a sample in my podcaster bag, and just showing you the awesome combo of yarn and bags that the Little Grey Girl is so synonymous for. Moving on to Giddy Yarns and all of her gnomes. If you watch Helen's podcast, you will know that she is very much a Gnomes by Imagine Landscapes person, and is one of the dyers for many of the mystery gnome alongs. Here on the other side, with the fancy micro lens, you see some of her other gnomes, as well as some of the books that she takes inspiration for her yarn dyeing from. Next, we're on to Jo Knit Sew, who is the purveyor of big girl pants. I own a number, as well as some particularly bright and beautiful yarn. I always make a beeline for Jo's stand at these shows, A, because she's a lovely person, and also because I always have to make a purchase of something from her. Next we have Skein and the Stitch, company run by Jess. Now, for some reason, I didn't show them on this section of the vlog, but I buy candles from Jess. I pretty much, I think I've purchased one at every single yarn show, but she also dyes beautiful yarn in a variety of bases, which I absolutely appreciate. You'll see from my purchases that I very much bought different bases this year. Then a new to me maker, this is Butternut Handmade. I purchased a project bag from this lovely lady, and we had a very good chat about the fabrics she uses and all things project bags. Next we're on to Alex Collins. I bought a DPN holder, which we'll see later, from Alex, but as part of the podcaster bag, she also included a pattern for her socks, which you'll see in a second. There you go, as well as a beautifully illustrated notebook. It wouldn't be a yarn show without popping to see the Crafty Bird and those awesome pom-poms. Robin is always fun to speak to, and has some really beautiful patterns and pom-poms and yarn. I was quite envious of my friends who got her Winnie the Pooh advent this year, and you'll see some of those colours in front of you. A very quick stop to Cult Crochet to see some of their fun crochet kits. This is a very bright and sparkly stand. Next, we have Pineapple Fibre Art. I first met these guys at the Big Flock last year and purchased a couple of their patterns and a hoop. They are some really interesting things that they can create that is made up of crochet and a hoop. So they sell their patterns, they also sell their kits. I bought that hydrangea pattern last year, but look at the size of those hoops you can buy. I was particularly intrigued by the fabric on those bags from the Woolly Tangle. Another person who added to the podcaster bags, I have a little mini skein of merino silk, which is just gorgeous from them, and they did have a wonderful stand. This is Ducky Darlings, who had so many people around their stand for one particular thing, which you will see right here. This is their vintage circular sock machine, which they were demonstrating at the show. I absolutely love the kind of mechanics of these kind of things, and I have bought a number of sock tubes from Ducky Darlings over the years. Next we have Eden Cottage Yarns, who have been around forever. I absolutely loved this fluffy as hell granny stitch scarf. They are very well known for their beautiful semi-solids, as well as their yarnlings, these tiny little nuggets of yarn that you can grab by the scoopful from their stand at shows. Next is Tea Cake and Make, the lovely Nicola, who was there with her husband as booth buddy. She sews and is also a knitwear designer. You may recognise this cowl pattern from the recent liner 52 Weeks of Scraps. I met Nicola last year at this show and absolutely loved chatting with her. We then have Yarn Tings. I bought a skein of yarn from here, which you will see in a bit. Absolutely love her colourful and vibrant stand, and always good for a chat as well. We were absolutely entranced by the stand from Tiny Clove, these gorgeous tiny little amigurumi that they were selling as kits. I have enough yarn, so I have taken a business card and I will particularly be buying this pattern. This Forest Fox is just absolutely beautiful, and look at that tiny little otter, just absolutely gorgeous. Very lovely stand next to a very busy Stephen and Penelope. I just made some badges at Julia's stand. There's Julia. There's Martin. There's all the look at the stuff. Look at the stuff. She really went. Hello. It is now almost a week later, but I'm going to show you what I bought and then I can upload this. So, first things first. This is last year's bucket bag, as it was called. This is this year's tote bag. This is a podcaster goodie bag, which I will show you in a bit. But this in here is what I purchased. So, first things first, show guide, which has got this year's logo with Norma having a sit and knit, sit and knit, yeah. So, and then, because I was podcaster, I got one of these, which is podcaster lanyard. Excuse the glare. Purple lanyards. All the vendors had orange lanyards, so we knew who they were. So, I don't even know what was my first purchase. I am literally just going to pull... Oh, I know what my first purchase was. In this bag. In this bag, you're going to have to excuse the crinkling, are multiple stitch markers from the lovely Hannah at Chromatic Yarns, otherwise known as the Corner of Craft on YouTube. And I bought 4. One is not for me, but currently it is unknown which one is not for me. So, because one of my friends basically said, buy me one. And I was like, well, I'm going to buy some anyway. So, tell me which ones you would like, and then I'll get a couple. Anyway, so first things first is this gorgeous. Oh, we're gonna have some focusing fun today, aren't we? Gorgeous blackberry stitch marker, and then we have this one is definitely mine. A peas in a pod, 3 peas in a pod. Because we are 3 peas in a pod in this household. And then I've added to my dragon collection with this sunshine yellow one. There we go. And then we have a goose. I also got one in my podcaster bag as well. So yes, I'll show you that in a second. Right, then we're just going to go in no particular order. I visited Alex Collins. You'll have seen some of these in the kind of walk around. Alex Collins is an graphic designer and also makes project bags, fabric based haberdashery and candles, and also designs. So that is her details. And I bought a DPN holder in this lovely printed fabric. Really like this. I do love a kind of one colour graphic. Very cool. So that's that one. Do you know what? Now I've shown you, I don't need to keep the paper bags. So yes, fabulous. Right, I'm going to keep that paper bag though to put all the thingies back in. I'm just pulling out things from the bag. I got a ribbon to say that I made something in the make along. This was sponsored by the little grey girl. I will put that somewhere, not sure where. Okay, then I bought New to Me Maker. I think I mentioned them in the thingy, in the vlog. Oh, hang on. Too many things. No, not that one. Not that one. There we go. This is Butternut Handmade, who make project bags. So there we go. And this is the bag I got. So this is printed twill, and then she has embroidered a rainbow, backwards rainbow. So there's the sheep on the front, and then there's a little sheepy with some yarn on the back. It's plain cotton, I don't know, linen, inner. But I like her business cards are just brown paper, really cool. Okay, and there are some. Oh, those are just things for other shows, which is fine. So yes, project bag. We went to see the lovely Jo I mentioned in the vloggy bit of Jo Knit Sew, and I bought some big curl pants in this gorgeous little tiger fabric. These are really comfortable and I really enjoy wearing them. Okay, what's in this dotty one? We have a dotty one. Oh, I bought buttons! I went to Buttoned Up, who make handmade porcelain buttons. So that's their business card. There we go. Okay, and the buttons that I bought from them are on brand. I bought 6 porcelain buttons, 3 of each of these colours. Snowflakes! One is my brown colours and one is a darker blue. They are going to go on something, I'm not sure, but I saw them and fell in love, so I had to get them. She also does sweary stitch markers and buttons, and they're really awesome, so you should totally go and look up Buttoned Up. Okay, should we do yarn? Let's do yarn. I went to see the awesome Jen from Castle View Yarns, and I bought this, which is called Water Lilies. It is in her alpaca silk cashmere 4-ply blend, and it is just, look at that. Oh, I just need that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So that is Castle View Yarns, who is a local to EIYF dyer. I then, because I said it when she brought it out, bought Eeyore Loses a Tail, which is one of the new Winnie the Pooh colourways from Giddy Yarns. I have Eeyore, I also have Rabbit. This is a slightly more speckled. It's different from Eeyore, there's far more pink in this. But those two will go very nicely together in something. That again is a sock yarn, so it's 4-ply. Oh, do you know what that would go well around? It would be a really good border for my radiating squares, which is like 5 squares away from finishing. But I don't know if I want to use it for that. I'll think on that. And then for my third skein, and I only bought 3 skeins of yarn, I fell in love with this. This is called, this is a camel silk 50/50 100 grams from Yarn Tings. I just have to move the, look at that. So camel silk, the colourway is Faves, and it's the most expensive skein of yarn that I think I've ever bought at £30 a skein, but good lord, it feels beautiful. I think that apart from obviously the it's undoing itself though, hang on. Yeah, apart from the skein of Eeyore, which is just a standard merino, oh god, I am gonna have to deal with this. Apart from Eeyore, which is just a standard 75/25, yes, merino nylon, I was going for feel as well as colour in terms of the yarn purchases that I made. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So yes, that was from Yarn Tings, and that was the third and final skein of yarn that I bought. Okay. Better. Right. No idea what that's going to be. It's going to go... So I've got quite a lot of those kind of very soft buttered kittens is what I called it. Like camel and alpaca and silk and cashmere. Like these beautiful, just feel gorgeous. I've got quite a few of these now. So I want to make something just delicious with them. I'm not sure what, but I'm going to pull them out and have and get myself an idea. Okay. I have not got this to show you, but I did go and buy some popcorn from Heather's Kettle Corn. Let's cover Amelia's face. Outside, I bought some caramel kettle corn. Delicious. Always get a bag. They're really good. They are retiring, so they are currently in the process of selling their business. So I hope that they do find someone good. Okay, and then I said in the vlog that I went to Skein and Stitch for a candle, which I bought this one, which is called Moonlit Currant. I actually do not know what the scent is, so I will put it on the screen. I think it smells like the perfume that I currently, slightly a couple of notes away from the perfume that I currently have, which is Alien by thingy. I can't remember is it Mugler? Yes, Mugler. Chris took one smell of it and went, that smells like Lynx Africa. Which we are not forgiving him for. But I like it, so he can. Right, in here is also the badges I made, which you've seen from the printing press workshops, or at the printing press workshops. I plan on having these as stand badges whenever I do shows. So one says a spring snowflake, which I will wear, and then one says rude words, not rude words, which the person helping me will be wearing. And then final purchase from the little grey girl, that bag is now empty, is the doodle decks. So I've wanted to get some of these doodle decks for a while now, and because obviously my favourite season is winter, I got the winter doodle deck, which is the thick pack. I also got the Arctic smaller doodle deck as well, so this is the kind of add-on. Yeah, so you can buy them as seasonal, which are the thick ones, and then the littler ones, which have got themes. So, but I could not pass up those little penguins on that doodle deck, and just lots and lots of snowflakes. My plan is to join in on Ali of Little Drops of Wonderful, and who is she doing that? Who is she doing the winter jumper along with? Oh, I can't remember. I'm going to put it on the screen, and I'll chuck a card up to show you, to send you to Ali's video about it. They are doing an along to make a festive jumper. So my plan is to use the where is it? The Strange Brew book by Tin Can Knits. Strange Brew pattern. I've got the like this that you buy the book and you can also get the digital patterns. I'm basically going to use the base numbers for this to do I think I'm going to do a bottom up jumper, or I might do a top down. I haven't decided yet, and do a colourwork sweater with these. That's my plan. I might also use the Ultimate Sweater book by Hermes Herzog, because it would be nice to, rather than doing like a circular yoke, doing a raglan yoke. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. Oh, let me put this back while I think about it. I'm gonna have to think about it. I need to think, but I've got the doodle decks, and now I can start planning at least. Right. Let's show you the podcaster goodie bag. So these, they had a lot of podcasters, so actually not everyone got a bag. And there were a couple of bits that I took out straight away, not straight away, I took out and gave to the lovely Flick, so I'm going to put a photo in there. There was a full skein from Mothie and the Squid of merino cotton, and there was a bumblebee badge from Cotton Patch, I think that's what they were called, with a little rainbow on it, which she liked the look of. Right, the other things that are in here, so that I got the tote. Some of these people I've already talked to you about. So we got a Jo Knit Sew yarn hug, which is literally a jersey, so there's a bit stretch to it, circle that you can put your yarn cakes in, and it holds your yarn cakes together. So even when you use it on centre pull yarn cakes, so that when it starts collapsing in the middle, it doesn't, because it's got a yarn hug around it. So that's from Jo Knit Sew. Yes. So yes, that came in its little hug. I'm going to put it in the bucket bag. Okay. You then got something from Pickle Lily, who is the lovely Jo. And this is a little, and I think it's a bookmark. A bookmark with squirrels on it. And it has a little fabric label on the back of it that says Pickle Lily, make cute things. And it's got a little velvet velvet little tab on it. But I'm going to go with bookmark. I think I'm just going to give that straight to Amelia. I am not, unfortunately, with costs and everything, I am not going to do a giveaway this year. It was a lot last year. So I plan on giving these away to nearest and dearest, Amelia. And also, when I'm at yarn shows, my plan is to kind of just like give them away to bits and pieces. Some of these will go to my friends in my craft club. Some of these will come to yarn shows with me and I'll give them away as little prizes in my classes. But yeah, I can't justify, unfortunately, the postage, particularly overseas at the moment. We then got I'm going to cover the code, West Knits free pattern. I've got a number of these in Ravelry on my favourites that I am going to look at. We then got, this is a new to me person, this is Little Likac, L-I-K-A-C yarn, a little goodie bag from them, which I have already opened, but I stuck it down really nicely. So we got from them a skein of yarn, a little, and I'm going to use this for the gnome along that's about to start, a little gnome stitch marker, a little wooden one. And I love these. I need to hang on. Damn it. I love these. The clasp that he's on. It's you're seeing his back bit. It's like a circular claw clip. Really lovely. So I'm going to detach him right now, and I'm going to put that mini skein. It's not going in the mini skein thing. It's going in the bag to give away. Also in here was a pen with the name of the business, if that will focus. There we go, which I'm probably going to give to Amelia, and a chocolate heart which I'm going to eat. And oh, I remember seeing this in the thing. I was like, I flippin' love this metallic business card. So hopefully that QR code you can see. Yeah, really cool. Okay, next was a mini skein from Blue Fern Yarns. This is a DK mini skein. There we go, which is going to go in the giveaway bag. And then we also got, this is gorgeous, another skein of yarn which was merino and silk 50/50 from the Woolly Tangle. It's gorgeous. I might keep this for myself because merino silk. Then we got a mini skein set. So I think they look like 20 grams of signature grey. Sorry about the glare. From the little grey girl. So you got the very dark, kind of a speckledy with some orange and blue speckles, and then a dark grey. And we also got a sample of the new yarn food, which I showed you in the vloggy bit. I am gonna give that to a willing recipient. We then have something from the Corner of Craft, which I mentioned earlier. That is a, oh, hang on. That is a different blackberry. This is more of a raspberry. There we go. So that's more of a red as opposed to, hang on, let me show you them together. Red versus black. There we go. Okay, so I'll put those with the other ones. Cool. And then we got a notebook from the lovely Alex Collins in her signature one colour drawing. This is just a plain notebook, which is great. And then we also got a copy of her free pattern of the Everyday Diamond Socks. I don't even know if these are free to everyone or whether you have to have the QR code. But yes, I saw them on the stand and they're lovely, so these are gonna go on my queue. There Right, the notebook is going in there, probably to Amelia. And then lastly was the lovely Tea Cake and Make. Lovely Nicola, who has a very sticky sticker. Hang on, is that open? Yes. And in here is, so that is her business card. And so as part of her little thing, she gave us a pattern, which I will be downloading, that cowl, scarf. And then a little, I love this, a little pouch that's got a Yorkshire tea bag, and then some stickers. Oh, and I've broken the bag. Oops. So we've got one of my favourite things. I say buying yarn and using yarn are two different hobbies. There we go. You've then got crochet fast, dye warm. You've then got a little knitted heart. You've then got balls of wool sheep, and then just one more row. I'm looking at this backwards. So I will keep those for my advent swaps for this year, and I will put that in my work bag. And that is it. That is the podcast bag. So I'm very happy with this. These totes are awesome. They're one of my favourite totes to use. So they will go in. That will go in rotation, and then a few of those bits will go into little giveaways for my class participants and for friends. And yeah, I'm going to eat that chocolate heart now. So yes, the journey back was uneventful. I had to go via Ely rather than going direct from Norwich because Liverpool Street was closed. So my travel back was a little bit longer than my way there. And I got home in time for bedtime, which was exactly what I wanted. So yes, thank you very much for coming with me. It was a lovely weekend and I really enjoyed seeing everyone and doing a little bit of shopping. I stayed within my budget, which is always good. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, which is likely going to be my March update. So I'll see you then.